Okay, we're back again, another week in Parliament before we have a bit of a break during the end of March right into April for school holidays and Easter. It's been a busy week, an amazing week actually, and to start the week off, I went to an event on Monday night after Cabinet at the Melbourne Museum, and it was the Titanic uh, presentation in regard to all the artefacts and things like that. Been a really successful event. Over 230,000 people have been through since it's been on. It's been extended well into April. If anyone gets a chance to go and have a look at it, it is worth seeing. It's at the Melbourne Museum and a fantastic event. So you get a boarding pass when you go in. You get a name of who you were as a passenger, whether you're on first class, second class, third class, or part of the crew. And then at the end of the event, when you come out, you see they've got all the passengers' names listed on the wall, and it tells you whether you were one of the passengers that survived or did not survive. Amazing history, worth having a look at, and a great presentation. So, my duties this week have gone from speaking in Parliament on a member's statement, and again, that was about petrol prices in Melton. Overinflated petrol prices in Melton, and having a bit of a swipe at the petrol stations, the major petrol companies. And I have referred and will refer the matter off to, I've tried with the ACCC. Many people on social media criticise me. What are you doing about these things? Well, we've tried, and it doesn't appear that the authorities can do a great deal about it. But I'll refer it off to the Minister for Consumer Affairs. And we'll see what is actually going on in Melton in regard to the price gouging by these petrol stations. But in the meantime, there's only one way to address it. Don't purchase a petrol in Melton. Boycott it. Maybe send them a strong message. But we'll keep chipping away, and hopefully, you never know, we might get a result where petrol prices here in Melton are quite comparative to other local areas not far away from Melton. I did a constituency question after the apology that the Premier gave a couple of weeks ago in Parliament to all those clan people in regard to institutionalised, being taken away from their families, and really institutionalised abuse. And we had a constituent that come in and saw me, and we did a constituency question on that. And I'll be going down to the museum down at Geelong, which is supposed to be an amazing presentation of that history of 90,000 kids taken away from their families since the 1920s through to the 1990s. Those individuals and families have probably, in many cases, have never ever recovered, if you can ever recover. So really tragic, but we'll be going down there. And I shout out to Wayne, who came and saw me. I won't give out his full name, but I thank him, and keep up the good work, Wayne. Well done, and I extend all my best wishes to all those individuals that were affected by being removed from their families. 3 bills that have been debated this week: 2 energy bills. One was offshore wind, and the other one was the VicGrid energy bill. And of course, the third bill that's been debated and is still being debated as we speak at the moment, the real estate agents bill, which will tighten up a number of things around rent for renters and things like that. So again, the Labor government trying to support people that are renting properties, and we'll continue to do that. We know in the cost of living crisis that everyone needs every bit of support that we can. The other thing I should say that's happened this week too, and you would have seen it in the news about the default thing and about energy prices coming down, and Victoria is leading the way here. And over the next 12 months, you'll see quite considerable changes in your energy prices going in the negative direction, which is a fantastic thing. And again, it's all because of what we're committing to with renewable energies, and really progressing on that and moving towards net zero emissions. So great news, and Victoria should be applauded in regard to those things. And of course, people should have a look at the website in regard to energy and compare and shop around. Even though the default process is that we've introduced may deliver some savings, you can actually go and negotiate with your supplier or new suppliers even more savings. So don't be afraid to do it. I know we become a bit of a lazy bunch at times, where if we don't do these things, we tend to stick with them, such as banks and health insurance and energy suppliers, even though we know that some of them are probably charging too much. But don't be afraid to ask the question. That's all it takes. Some presentations this week. Vic Roads, Regional Roads came in, Department of Transport, to talk about road maintenance across the state. Quite an interesting discussion. There's big programs going on at the moment. As you know, some of the weather that we've had has not been conducive for repairing of roads, and people will go on about potholes. But Vic Roads, and I notice on the Western Highway, there's considerable work going on the Western Highway. So I think it's $770 million that the government's funded to repair our roads. So bear with the workers that are doing a fantastic job in trying to improve the surfacing of our roads. Earlier in the week we had the trophy for the Formula One Grand Prix. It's a big shape of a wheel with steering wheel type thing. Beautiful trophy. I've never been a Grand Prix fan, but I probably shouldn't say that, it's been part of the government, but and I won't be going this weekend because I've got other events that I have to attend to, but tickets are sold out for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's massive. Over 400,000 people are attending the event on the weekend, and that is incredible. And major events are back in Melbourne and really smashing the crowds. It's just incredible. So hope the weather looks good. Hopefully whoever's going to the Grand Prix, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Met with Haxu Union and caught up with them. They're doing a wonderful job in a whole range of settings, in particular in alcohol and drugs services, also mental health services. They do a great work, great union, and full credit to all of their members for the fantastic work that they do. And of course we've had an Indian delegation in today from out in the west, Sahara Victoria Association. Gurpreet Dillon brought them in today. We had about a dozen people come in. It was great to see them and showed them around. The big event this week was Australian Dingo Sanctuary brought in Pumbaa, the dingo. Had a lot of people out in the gardens. He's an amazing beast. Don't believe all the myths that you hear about dingoes. And if you want to learn more, get out to the Dingo Association and Sanctuary out at Toolan Vale. It's a great education in regard to this apex predator and how they're so important to our ecosystem, and he is a marvellous animal, and you just want to take him home. Also, we met with the RTBU, the Rail, Tram and Bus Union today, to talk about the V-line issues. They were great, and again, support our workers on the train services. They do a great job. Sometimes they're not appreciated by some passengers, but they do a fantastic job. End of cricket season, Cricket Victoria were here or across the road at a function room, had all the trophies and things like that. It was great to see them, and Peter Siddle was one of the guests. Jason Richardson compared it, but it was great and acknowledged all the great work that Cricket Victoria doing, in particular junior cricket. And the last thing I should say before I go is had our flu vaccination done here in Parliament this week, and I encourage everyone to get out and get their flu vaccinations. And for the people that have probably forgotten about it, don't be afraid to go and get your COVID vaccinations too. I'm due to have my 6th one, and I'll be organising that very shortly when I get back to Melton. And we've got a bit to say about our new train station and the level crossings very shortly, and I'll do that in a separate video. But for now, see you in Melton soon. Bye.